with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. New tonight, if you visited Presque Isle beaches over the last few days, it may have looked more like a landfill than a beach. It's gotten so bad that park officials are posting pictures on social media to urge people to stop littering. Presque Isle State Park posted these photos on their Facebook page. This is a photo of Beach 9 today before being cleaned up by park officials. Here's more photos showing trash left behind at the park over the weekend. You can see plates, bottles, all the things that can easily be thrown away. We spoke with environmental interpretive technician Alyssa Zimmer, who says she spent hours over the weekend cleaning up beaches. She says this is not only disappointing, but it's also an environmental hazard.
So it's really not only just that we want the public to pick up after themselves so that they can use it or, enjoy the park, but we also want them to understand that they're leaving trash in, native habitats for a lot of plants and animals.
And officials at Presque Isle State Park say the recent damage to the Perry Monument was not a result of vandalism. As we've reported over the last several days, visitors to the park noticed some damage at the base of the monument over the weekend. It appeared some of the stonework had fallen off and broken into pieces. Presque Isle officials tell Erie News Now there was no indication of anyone using tools to pry anything from the monument or cut anything loose. Park officials tell us the stone and plaque have been removed and are working to fix the damage. It's not clear how much it will cost for the repairs. With school out, that means more people are hitting the community pools. But are there enough lifeguards for families to enjoy them safely? At the Eastside YMCA, today was only their second day of being open for the season. And while the pool wasn't too crowded today, they still had to make sure the pool was fully staffed. That means having different lifeguards in each of the zones, from the low end to the deep end, slides, and of course the kiddie pool. They say they are still short-staffed, and that affects when the pool can be open.
I have 40 hours that are open right now where I don't have people covering our pools, so therefore we either have to close portions of the pool down or double duty. Our head lifeguards acting as supervisors, they'll have to come in and lifeguard, and it makes it really challenging.
And pools in Mill Creek like Bell Valley or Chestnut Hill are also experiencing this same problem. If you're a lifeguard and looking for work, our Elspeth Meisner will tell you how you can apply to those places tonight on Erie News Now at 11. After closing its doors for a month, the historic Lawrence Park Diner in the heart of Lawrence Park is back in business. The diner officially reopened last week due to a family emergency. Along with the departure of their head cook, Becky Stanley decided to close the restaurant for the month of May. It's one of the several hardships that Stanleys have had to deal with. In 2019, they planned on retiring and actually put up the diner for sale. But then the pandemic hit and they were forced to close for 3 months. Governor Tom Wolf has since lifted all of the remaining restrictions put on restaurants. The owners say it's led to a boost in their business.
I think it's improved business. We don't have, like I said, the Lexian barriers that we had here at the counter were very distracting. So that's been really nice to be able to just see people's faces and to, see people smile and kind of enjoying life again.
The Stanleys say it's been difficult finding additional workers, but they did in fact hire a new cook who will start in July, so Becky can once again focus on retiring. Wabtec will work with General Motors to develop trains using a new fuel and battery system. GM has signed an agreement with Wabtec to develop locomotives powered by the hydrogen fuel cells. The goal is to cut back emissions from trains. Wabtec has already built a battery-operated prototype. In an interview with Erie News Now, the company says the partnership could pave the way for a smarter future using technology.
What this agreement really means is the ability to bring the best of what Wabtec's technology is and GM's technology with the Ultium battery and their Hydrotech fuel cell to us, and that will help us actually accelerate that vision of a zero emissions future.
Neither side would release any financial details, but both companies say Wabtec's experience in energy management will help with the project and ultimately develop trains with no harmful emissions. And as of today, more than 159,000 people have been fully vaccinated across our region. About 60% of adults in our region have had at least one shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. To date, roughly half of our region has been vaccinated. Erie County leads the way with roughly 55% of adults vaccinated. The state says 57.5% of adults have been fully vaccinated in the Keystone State. The state will lift the mask mandate for non-vaccinated people within the next 2 weeks. For the latest COVID-19 facts and figures, you can always check out our website, erienewsnow.com. And the push to get younger people vaccinated continues across our region. Today, one young patient received her COVID-19 vaccine from someone very close to her. UPMC pharmacist Lisa Hetrick drew up a vaccine today for her 14-year-old daughter. People ages 10 to 19 have been the fastest growing demographic of vaccinated people in the last 2 weeks. For this family, though, it was all about getting some peace of mind.
It was always important that she get vaccinated, for her own safety and for the safety of all her friends and other family members that might not have been vaccinated.
And while this situation is unique, getting a vaccine is becoming less unique. For the latest information on how to get a COVID-19 shot, check out our website, erienewsnow.com. Thanks for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.